Alright. Actually, let me also... Did I have a perk for N-ray damage? I don't know if there is one. I thought there was a N-ray bonus damage thing going around somewhere. Apparently not. Well, that's alright. Go there, can't go there, can't go there. I don't know if those open up later or if that's going to be like DLC or something. Don't think there's anything else I want. Nope. In we go. Finish this up. I already did.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution.
Their
Please
execution.
be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time. Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
So, I have a question. Are those 1,600 deaths before or after the 3,000 lives?
Understood. If you die or are incarcerated for life, I can generate a new ID for the next captain. I would prefer if you return, though.
Me too.
Speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
Oh, I feel motivated to obey what you just said then. Also, welcome back, Kai, however long ago that was. Of all places to get arrested.
UDL does appreciate the courtesy you've done us by delivering yourself here. As a show of our deepest gratitude, we will make your execution quite swift.
How do I know you're a real officer under that helmet?
Alright, I'm feeling generous. I'm transmitting the idea of a productive, law-abiding employee so you can see what one looks like before you die. Anyway,
Thanks, sucker.
Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship just pulled into your dock.
Dirty.
Wait, is that from the groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that, just have a pleasant day.
No, you.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge. How can I be of assistance? I'll be here.
Cartridge. Are we just assuming that I have it? Yes. Okay. Well. Save. Get that little Rico Save. In we go.
Right by us once. Now it's ours.
Junlei!
The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I
Wait.
breathe. Push on, my guy.
Groundbreaker doesn't need tracks like you. Dump the body for the rest of the time.
Processing data.
That's not right.
A second. Hang on a second. Yeah, put this on and not have to worry about silly penalties anymore.
Your execution brought to you by... I'm gonna rush him.
And I'm so happy Junlei's here. Got Parvati on the team. She gets to kick ass alongside her girlfriend. Ah, it's beautiful. Oh, shooting me over here. Whatever it is, I'm at full health still, so I guess you suck. Let's try this thing out. Yeah, it's okay, but I still really hate the 3-round burst thing. What a button to change firing modes, is there? No. Alright, back to this gun then.
Everyone all right?
Wait, what's my helmet like? 6. That's more armor, but I don't know if I want to give up my sugar ops. Oh, that's where my end ray damage was bonus was. Okay. How do you pick a thing for someone in a Secret Santa situation? I don't know. My assumption would be you know something about the person and what they like. But it sucks when you don't know what they like. Then you can't really ask about it. Junlei, where'd you go? Jun, where are you? Okay? Oh, your buddy died. Oh, I hope Junlei didn't die. That would suck. Wait. What's that? Hex. Adorable. And Zamos. Bum.
Are you new here? I didn't think we were hired.
In the middle of shooting your friend.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Now die.
Yes, sir.
Here we go! Not a kill! Nothing like a good tussle.
Dun. And when you pull the trigger, it's every percent of shots going to your allies. Yep. Probably shouldn't have run straight into the line of fire like that. That was rude.
The prison have for bars when it's got a storm like that guarding the gates.
I've got to admit, I'm not too keen on walking into a prison. They lock me up, I'm liable to kill everyone trying to get back out.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Bravati, what have you got for a ranged weaponry? Pistol? Oh, lordy. Gotta fix that. In fact, you know what? Here. I don't like this gun anyway. You can have it. Guess I'll equip your pistol, even though it
Let's
sucks.
look around. There's gotta be a few ways through here.
I don't know where I'm going. Over there somewhere. Okay.
Remember, your needs have been provided for.
Oops. Ah!
Are you new here?
Talking while on shift.
Oh, no. Don't tell anyone, please.
Everyone gets one mistake. Just don't do it again.
Thank you.
Got it. Alright, now. This is through here, eh? Well, that's not working. Guess we're just gonna have to kill everybody. Excuse me, sir. Ah! Shreds, you say? Oh my. Alright, who's got the key card? God, look at getting your ass kicked. Fine, I guess I'll help then. Jeez. Demanding.
Stay back!
Now what? Sure. Actually, how? Their armor ratings. 31. Yeah, Bravati needs new armor. So, next time we loot some armor, we'll put it on her. Well, amazing episodes!
Here we go. Perfection. Nice hit.
Guess I could have taken the shotgun for myself. It would be better than this stupid pistol. Probably never going to use it anyway, though, so... Eh. Ran. Stay. Acidification gas. Try that. Or not. Hi. Who are you?
I'm working as fast as I can, all right? If y'all would quit bothering me, I'd get this done sooner. Of course. Why?
Want it? I need to use it. I'm going to stand here and annoy you until you give it to me.
Oh, for law's sake. Fine. Just don't go shooting up the place with gas, all right? The password is tartar sauce. One word. All lowercase. Have at it.
Sweet. Give everybody the tartar sauce. Get pacified! Every girl you've met named Melody has been tone deaf. That's kind of hilarious, actually. Also, I don't know if there's anybody left to be pacified that I haven't already just killed. That may have been entirely redundant. Oh, oh, here's a person. Hi.
Down they go!
Sure, I need to go that way for any reason, so... that alone.
Let's go, troops. Stellar base counting on us.
Man, everybody's here. How do you people know I'm here? I mean, I appreciate the help, but... hang on. Body... can't do this in combat. Okay, never mind. Loaded. There you go, girl. Get some proper armor on. Actually, that's barely proper armor at all. We'll need an upgrade. See if I can find one of those 50 defense ones. Alright, well... this way. You. Hi.
Don't mess with us.
How would you like a heavy machine gun right up against your temple? Guessing not by much.
Got a promotion coming. I can feel it.
Good armor or the ship? That's the good one. Okay. Yeah. Good armor. There you go. There you go. Bum 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 bum. Hi.
Well, look who it is.
Hey, it's the chairman.
I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. I had heard you'd taken a mechanic under your wing. What's the matter, girl? Couldn't find actual employment?
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folk ever have. I'm exactly where I want to be.
Ah, I knew I smelled Monarch when you lot walked in. The stench of sulfur, depression, and desperate bravado is unmistakable.
Keep talking, and you'll be smelling iron. Ain't nobody so important I won't put a bullet in.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
I shoot you now.
My word! You've correctly identified the most recognizable man in the colony. Remarkable. It's a
I'm smart like
he
that.
saw in you. Then again, he's an insane person. Thankfully, he's our insane person now. A proper company man. Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around. But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle. Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems. I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through, but it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
No, not really.
We're helping, which is more than you can say.
I'm making actual progress towards stabilization and recovery. You're just getting in the way.
Bum 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 bum.
Oh, right. This coming from the psychopathic outlaw. Yes, I'll try to be more open-minded about your path of wanton dissent. We don't need...
Not wanton destruction, it's wanton dissent. I'm wantonly disagreeing with you.
I'll admit, there's no shortage of talent in the scientists and engineers there. Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you manage to storm the castle, as it were, and make it out of here with Phineas alive, I can't exactly afford more havoc than you've already caused. Fine. If you survive, you'll need someone to sell the rest of the board on your plan.
You just wait here for my orders. Punk. Your boss better be smart enough to not start any shit.
Captain, look out!
Nope, they weren't. But you're considered an ally now? Okay. No? I don't know what's going on. Die. It is. Why wasn't it showing up red then? I'm confused. What happened? Oh. German got killed after all. Well, that was weird. Oh well. Can't say I'm sad. Don't know why that happened, but meh. I'll get over it. Oh look, I'm already over it. How'd that happen? Now let's see. There.
Alright, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So, get in there and fight!
I like how everybody we've helped coming to help us now. That's so Obsidian. I hope Junlei's okay.
Take a breath now, folks. Once we're up there, I suspect we ain't gonna have time to stop shooting.
Or the inclination to stop shooting, neither.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've been working with Dr. Wells from the beginning.
Yeah.
When we moved to arrest him, he was prepared. I lost good soldiers in the attempt. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
Give me your natural order of things bullshit.
Do you imagine you're leading some grand revolutionary army?
Yeah, pretty much.
The iconoclasts and MSI have put aside their differences and attacked the prison together. I never imagined such a thing would be possible. But here we are. You're nothing but a rabble-rouser. I'm going to put an end to your little rebellion, and then I'm going to have you and your associates arrested.
Not doing a great job of convincing me that you're not evil, by the way.
The board is the only legitimate power in Halcyon. We are Halcyon.
Not for long.
I admit I miscalculated the extent of your influence. The board's plan never accounted for you. This is a mistake I intend to correct. I have Dr. Wells in my custody. Once I've secured his cooperation, I can move forward with the program. I can repair the damage you've done. I can set things right.
Mm-hmm. Keep telling yourself that.
Fair enough. I'm giving you exactly one chance to parley with me.
You see my persuade skill, girl?
Interesting that you think I'm going to die here. I believe I'm more than capable of taking you on. Fair point. I don't know how you've managed to defy the odds. By every reasonable estimate, you should be dead. Yet here you stand. I've devoted my entire life to protecting Halcyon. I'm not afraid to die in the line of duty. I won't be judged by you. You don't know the things I've done for this colony, the sacrifices I've made. You were always an unknown variable. I tried to recruit you, but you threw your lot in with that madman, Phineas Wells.
I don't know why everybody thinks he's a madman. It seems pleasantly eccentric to me. Don't have enough for these, huh? Alright, fine.
This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain. And don't worry. I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically, or something.
So, boss fight is what you're telling me. Gotcha. Well, bring it on then.
Great work. Making it look easy.
It is easy. Ah! Damn it. I wonder what hacking that would have done. Turned off the boss?
Watch out! Oh, it's too strong! Hit it with something else!
A lot of robos. I just did an anti-gravity effect to robots that are already floating in the air on their own. Not sure why I've got the slowdown effect going on though. Oh wow. We win. Ba-bum-bum-ba-bum. Tiny. Or corporate.
Why won't you just jump? Everyone all right?
Well, she was clearly not the boss fight.
Get me out of here!
Looks like when you fight the chairman, down in one shot. That just did. Okay.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
That's pretty easy.
Ah, all in a day's work for you, huh? You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
So we've got to make do on our own. Seems to me that'll make us stronger in the end anyhow.
You're quite right. We've got no choice but to make do on our own.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own. Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you.
Me?
What do you say, old friend? Will you help us? When I revived you, I thought you were going to help me save this colony. I was wrong. I had our roles reversed, you see. You're the one who's going to save us all. I'm just the one who set you on your path. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon.
Aww.
If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, girl. Lifetime. Oh, it's gone.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever seen.
Kai, I see you checking out my booty over there.
The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy.
Nice.
One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising.
Nice.
The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs.
No.
It was a dark time indeed.
Indeed.
Your influence further cemented Ellie's perspective. She understood she could never truly rely on others, so she set about making sure she wouldn't have to. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She enjoyed a long and infamous career running missions across the system. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Though Parvati eventually grew comfortable aboard the Unreliable, she never quite came out of her shell. She seemed to prefer the company of Ada to the crew, and she could often be found neck-deep in cables and grease, telling Ada funny stories from her childhood. While the colony fell into chaos, she found an island of relative peace with Ada, and they formed an unusual bond. She decided to remain aboard the Unreliable permanently as its chief and sole engineer.
But Junlei, though.
Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. Before his untimely death, Captain Alex Hawthorne had plans to restore and modify, for combat purposes, a sanitation and maintenance automechanical that he'd found in a state of disrepair in Emerald Vale's scrapyard. That unit remains broken down and forgotten in the Unreliable.
Is that what the companion I was missing was? I didn't realize I could do something with that.
He was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances.
Pay respects.
Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived, by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Beautiful. Good ending. Pretty happy with those results. Well, I'm curious what I missed out with on that robot. Yeah, I like how they go through that synopsis. Like, I heard tell that they were going to do that. Like, just they did the same thing with New Vegas. I think Fallout 3 did it too. Yeah, I like it. They go through all the major decisions you made, all the major things you did. Give you the summary. The Robo-Man is really my only regret in all of that, because I didn't even know I could do anything with him. Also, I'm a little bit surprised that Junlei and Parvati didn't end up having more of a thing going, but... what can you do? Good job, Obsidian. Looking forward to seeing what you guys do next. Obsidian University? Is that like a game dev teaching thing? I feel like this was New Vegas, only not Fallout. What New Vegas would have been if it wasn't based on Fallout. Yeah, well, that's basically why I call this game. It's New Vegas in space. You take out the nuclear post-apocalypse and you replace it with a horrific corporate dystopia, and that's basically what this is. New space, guess. Yeah, sure, there you go. Pretty much. That was pretty stable, I think. It might have crashed on me once, maybe? Maximum? Yeah, it wasn't really much in the way of bugs. None that I remember. So they couldn't have stood out that much if there were any. Alright, so that means we need a new game for tomorrow then. Maybe we'll start Goose Game tomorrow. Yeah, coming up next, Untitled Goose Game. We'll go get that installed after this, I think. And then we can discuss what's coming up after that. Virtuoso Chengdu, whatever that is. I guess it's the city. Whoever Sparks is, that's not a city. Can't convince me that's a city. On to you. You, specifically, right there. On to you. Correct me. Yeah, I've got a number of other games I'm looking to do, and I just haven't decided what order to do them yet after Goose Game, so we'll talk about that in the Discord later and figure that out. Chinese simplified testers. What the hell does a simplified tester mean? Why are the Chinese the only ones simplified? Not sure if that's racist. Budapest Art Orchestra, nice. Simplified Chinese is a type of Chinese script? Well, there you go then. So they were testing a Chinese script, I guess?